Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast for a special segment of Usyk versus Fury. So today I'm going to bring a bunch of special guests on. These guys know Usyk, they know Fury. Some of them have been in the ring with each one of them. We're gonna break down this fight, and then these fighters are going to give me their predictions. But first off, for some of the fans that don't know who maybe Usyk or Fury is, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information so you guys can judge yourself and hopefully tune in to ESPN tomorrow night, May 18th. It's in Saudi Arabia. It'll be the main event is actually the walkout is at 11 p.m. Central Time and 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So it is a late fight, but hopefully you guys will be willing to pay for it. It's on pay-per-view. So let me give you a quick. The Ring of Fire is the name of it. We haven't had a mega fight like this for an undisputed World Heavyweight Championship fight in 25 years. The last one was Evander Holyfield versus Lennox Lewis. You guys do not want to miss this fight. This is going to make history. First off, Alexander Usyk has 21 wins, 14 knockouts, no losses. He's a southpaw, 6'3", reaches 78 inches. He's from the Ukraine. He is getting up there in age. He's actually 37 years old. But right now he holds the IBF, the IBO, the WBA, the WBO heavyweight world titles. And he was actually a former undisputed cruiserweight champion. In the amateurs, he won gold medals in 2011 World Championships, 2012 Olympics. He won the Muhammad Ali Trophy in the World Boxing Super Series. And believe it or not, this guy's amateur record was 335 wins and only 15 losses. So he has a lot of amateur experience, which is strange because when I get to Fury, you'll realize that Fury really doesn't have a lot of amateur experience. Now, his last 5 opponents are actually Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua twice, Derrick Chisora, and Chaz Witherspoon. So now let me jump to Tyson Fury real quick. Actually, they did the weigh-ins today, by the way, and Usyk came in at 233.5 pounds, just for the people that are keeping track of the weight for this fight. Tyson Fury came in at 262 pounds. His record is 34 wins, 24 by knockout, no losses, 1 draw. He's an orthodox fighter, 6'9", 6 inches different in height. Reach is 85. So the reach is quite a bit different too. His age is 35. He's getting up there as well. He's from the United Kingdom. Right now, he holds the WBC heavyweight world champion. His big thing he's known for right now is the trilogy with Deontay Wilder. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. And this man has held the English heavyweight title, the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles, the Irish heavyweight title, the WBO Intercontinental heavyweight title, the WBO International heavyweight title, the WBA, the IBF, the WBO, the IBO, and the Ring Magazine heavyweight titles. And like I said, his last 5 opponents are Francis Ngannou, Derrick Chisora, Dylan White, and twice with Deontay Wilder. So, I mean, these guys have fought all the big names, and they're finally fighting each other. So you guys don't want to miss this fight. So I'm going to bring on some basic experts. I mean, these guys have been in the ring with everybody as well, too. And like I said, some of them have been in the ring with both of these guys. And just one more stat to give you guys. The trainers, sometimes it makes a difference, sometimes it doesn't. Tyson Fury's trainer is his father, John Fury, and Anatoly Lomachenko is Usyk's trainer. So if that means anything to you guys, but I don't think it's going to come down to trainers in this fight. So let me bring on these guys one at a time and have them introduce themselves real quick. Here we go. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on? I'm Carlos Jackson, professional boxer, 20-1, super bantamweight division. Yeah, it's nice to meet you guys, man.
How you doing?
Hey.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Wilkens Mathieu, professional boxer from Canada, Quebec City. I'm 8-0 right now. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Joey, introduce yourself.
Joey, Minnesota Ice, Abell. That's it. I'm a professional boxer. What do you want me to say?
Colton.
Hey, I'm Colton Warner. I'm a professional fighter out of Minnesota. I'm up and coming. I have 9 fights, and I've been in the ring with Fury as a sparring partner many times.
And I'm saving the last 2 for the world champions are coming on next. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? My name is Ishe Smith, former junior middleweight IBF champion of the world. And yeah, I'm just here to talk a little boxing.
All right. Caleb.
Hey, what's up, boys? Caleb Truax, professional boxer, recently retired. Now I'm chilling, getting fat. About to drink a beer while we're talking about this fight.
This dude's so humble that he doesn't even mention that he's former world champion.
Hey, what's going on,
Kinda
fellas?
left that
Joey, what's
out.
up? Colton, what's up, man? Ishe, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Chilling, man. Good to we go back and forth on Twitter all the time. It's good
all the
to
time.
rap with you a little bit, man.
Yeah,
So
most
listen, the
definitely,
fans they want to hear from you guys what you guys actually think. Now, I brought up that some of you guys have been in the ring. So Colton, I'm gonna start with you first. You've actually sparred Tyson Fury, right?
Right. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that experience, what you saw from him that some people might not see by just looking at him.
Yeah, I think the thing that shocked me the most is obviously everyone knows he has a good jab, he has good feet, he can move around, but he can do a lot of things. I mean, you see like when he fought Wilder, how he bullied him. The biggest thing that I think is unique about him is for his size, how he can get leverage on his inside shots. He can do it all. He can go right hand, southpaw, fight inside, outside. And and he can do it throughout the spar, and he can always adapt. So that's the one thing I think in this fight that might be hard is I think that Usyk's a high IQ guy, but I think Fury is as well. And then he has all the dimensions to give him a rough night.
So Ishe, what's your opinion of Tyson Fury? I mean, talk to me about what you think of his speed a little bit.
I think he's good. Obviously, I'm not on the he's the greatest heavyweight of all time train, but I think he's good. He's probably one of the better ones of this generation, but we still don't know how much those Wilder fights took out of him. He was down like 4 or 5 times in those 3 fights. So we kind of see that what those fights did to Wilder. So now we saw a little bit with Francis, but everybody just blamed that on him not training. So we don't know. I mean, any fighter, and Caleb knows this, anytime you get in the ring, you're supposed to be prepared. I don't care who it is, So I don't know how much he has left. And Usyk did beat Anthony Joshua twice, so I just don't know what he has left. So, like I said, those Wilder fights possibly could have taken a lot out of him, man. He was down like 5 times total out of those 3 fights. So what does he have left? That's the key.
So Carlos, let me ask you then, Ishe just mentioned about Tyson not coming in shape all the time. That last fight with Francis, do you think that was more or less like a setup to look like he wasn't necessarily in shape so that this fight would be more of a magnitude fight when he did come in shape?
No, I just think he just didn't think that Francis was going to do what he was going to do. I think he just thought Francis was going to be something easy. I really believe he didn't do anything. From what I was hearing, I heard he did not train at all for that fight.
So you just think he overlooked him?
He basically overlooked him. He didn't even think about the fight.
So Caleb, talk to me about ring generalship. Who do you think has the better ring generalship out of these 2?
Man, I think Usyk is one of the best boxers in the world, man. I think Usyk's the better fighter out of the 2. The only thing that is probably going to be the deciding factor is the size, man. I think Tyson Fury is just so big that I think he'll probably be the boss in there, and Usyk is going to be moving and have to deal with Tyson Fury's length and his size and his weight. And Usyk came in like 10 pounds heavier than he's ever been before at 233. I think his heaviest was like 220 before. But I'm just the ring generalship. I think it's going to be a battle of Usyk's footwork versus Tyson Fury's size, man.
Okay, Joey, let's talk about power a little bit. You fought Tyson Fury. So talk to me about his power a little bit.
Well, I really can't talk. I feel like Colton would probably be better off talking about that power. When I fought him, it was I really didn't feel no power, more than fatigue. But it does have crazy power, like where his punches come from different directions. Catching somebody in in spots that you're not expecting it, and he's so damn big that behind that glove is a 45-pound arm or whatever arm is weight times 10, because he has 85-inch arms.
So I mean, what shocked you though when you fought him versus when a lot of fans look at this guy and he doesn't look like a typical in shape boxer stuff, and when you got in the ring with him, what actually shocked you that you just didn't see by looking at him outside the ring?
Oh yeah, well that's a different question. He every single thing he knows how to get in somebody's head. I don't feel like I'm. Maybe I am. Maybe I suck at it, but I don't feel like I'm somebody that's easy to you can't get in my head. As far as any other fighter that I've ever fought before him, whatever, it didn't make any difference to me. But he actually did get in my head. He manipulated my freaking brain by different things that he did, like at weigh-ins, acting like he was scared of me, and then all of a sudden, like talking shit. So I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to feel here?
Okay.
But he has the ability of getting people's head, and that's
all
what
right.
That's during the fight he did the same thing.
All right, welcome to the show, Cassius.
What up?
So Wilkens, have you watched both of these guys? What is your opinion of Usyk's power?
I think he have great power. Like I think everybody that's in the world level have great power. I think even though he come from the cruiserweight division, I think he carry the power pretty good. He hurt Anthony Joshua in their fight. So yeah, I think he got good power, good timing, everything. But I think the size of Fury is gonna be too much for him. I think if Fury rough him up like he did with Wilder, I think Usyk gonna have some problem because yes, Usyk is skilled and everything, but he's a bit weak to the body and like when things gonna get rough, I don't know how he's gonna react. I think he's gonna like put a knee down or something like that.
Okay. Well, Cassius, let's talk about that. Now you've actually been in the ring with Usyk. So
We're doing
and he's
at the end though. Keep that in mind.
Say that what Joey?
I was just saying we're doing predictions at the end though.
Yeah. So Cassius, you've been in the ring with Usyk sparring, and a lot of people say that he's real suspect when it comes to that body. So have you ever tagged him real good in the body when you sparred with him?
Nah, I didn't get to the body at all. I mean, he can be with 10-ounce gloves on. It's a little bit different, but I don't think it is like that with like 18s and 20s on. But I don't know. I think I don't know who said he was the better fighter, but I think Caleb said that. You know what I mean? I think he is the better like all around
technical fighter.
Yeah, technical fighter. So, and he's a lefty, and I think Fury has problems picking up on left hand punches, like overhands. And I think he could get cut. He gets hit. You know what I mean? He's been in wars, so it's not like he can't be hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now you've been in the ring with both of them. So I guess my question is, do you think Usyk has enough power though to drop Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I mean with 10-ounce gloves on, and if you catch him without him seeing it, yeah. And Fury's lighter for this fight, and yeah, I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he's a heavyweight, so he got some type of pop.
But I mean, you've been hit by both of them. Who hits harder?
I would say they probably about to. You know what? I really ain't get tagged, to be honest, but Fury was different back then. Fury wasn't fighting like he was with Sugar Hill now, like trying to sit on his punches a little bit more and stuff like that. He was like running. He was like more like ugly when he fought Klitschko. So that was different. You know what I mean? But I would say if I had to pick, I would say Usyk is probably a better puncher. Technically, Fury is bigger. So, I don't know.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, I never been hit by either one of them with 10-ounce gloves, so I don't know.
Okay, Ishe, let's talk about technical. We were just talking about it. In your opinion, is Usyk the overall more technical fighter?
I mean, he seems a little bit more crafty, but you can't count Fury out. I mean, he has, he went up against the man, Wilder, 3 times, and, he seems to have very good boxing ability. But I just keep saying we just don't know what he has left after those 3 tough fights he had with Wilder. So I don't know. If I had to give somebody the edge, I would have to give it to Usyk right now, especially after getting dropped. I mean, it's one thing not to train for a fight and look like shit. That's a whole other discussion when you let somebody that's never had a professional fight in his life drop you. I mean, that's a whole different other discussion. I mean, shit, I've been out of the ring now 5 years, and ain't nobody that's never boxed before in their life gonna drop me in the ring. I ain't did shit in 5 years, so that's just crazy to me, man. So we just don't know what he has left. We just really we don't know what he has left, and that's the key point is that we don't know which Fury we're getting tomorrow. We're gonna get the guy that fought Wilder the 3 times that looked good, and the guy that has done a lot. Are we going to get the guy that looked like he had some slippage against Francis? And, the sparring video where he got cut, it was just like a 10 or 15-second clip. He didn't look too great in that sparring from what I saw. And it was only like 15 seconds, but just what I saw, like how he was looking like on the inside, I just didn't like it. So we'll have to see tomorrow, man. But right now, I think I'm going to just give that upper hand a little bit to Usyk right now.
Okay. Welcome to the show, champ. Steve Cunningham's joining us.
What's up, y'all?
How's it going?
What up, man?
Good, man.
So, seeing that you just popped in, I'm going to throw this question to you. You've actually been in the ring with Tyson Fury, too, and you actually knocked him down. But my question is no, he doesn't have a lot of amateur experience. I know everybody says that once you get to the pros, it really doesn't matter. But I mean, he's only got like 40 amateur fights, and Usyk's got almost 400 amateur fights. Is that going to play any type of factor in this fight?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. I know a few guys who had like under 10 amateur fights, like O'Neal Bell. I don't know if you guys remember O'Neal Bell.
Yep.
He that was my man, that was my guy, man. We had a good rivalry going when we were amateurs. But he only had like 7 amateur fights, and he became unified champ, So that don't really matter, especially now this far down the line in the pros. That don't really matter.
Okay.
I don't think.
So talk to me a little bit. You were in the ring with Tyson, and you were the smaller guy like Usyk's going to be. So how are you figuring out ways to get to him that Usyk's going to have to do the same thing?
I think it's in my playbook, man, is easier. I like fighting at heavyweight. I should have turned heavyweight goddamn 7 years before I did, because being the smaller guy now, especially in that era, the big guys started coming through 6'6" and up. You know what I mean? A guy 6'2", 6'3". I'm 6'3". My athleticism and speed, man, that shit made me a very dangerous opponent. It was actually easier for me to fight the bigger guys than it was the cruiserweights, because the bigger guys, all the heavyweights relied on was power. So after I move a bit, tap them up, touch them, hit the gut a bit, by the 4th round, they weren't at 100%. They were at 60%, and going down, because now I'm turning up. That shit was easier to me, man. I enjoyed the heavyweights, man. I wish I should have stayed at heavyweight after the Tarver fight, but I was advised to go down. But Yeah, man. I think Usyk has an advantage because of his athleticism and size. Now Fury is very athletic, and he's a very good boxer for that, and especially and not even just for 6'9", but for that size, man, he's amazing at boxing. But Usyk is a magician, man. Like that dude is bad, yo. Like he's gonna tangle Fury up, man, and score them points on him.
Okay. So Colton, now talk to me a little bit about Usyk's weakness that we're talking about, the body shots. Do
Yeah.
we really think that's a concern in this fight? Is it that big of a deal, or is it just something that people keep throwing?
Well, I mean, we're talking about power and about body shots, but the truth is, any fighter can be hurt to the body with small gloves,
True.
or to the head, either way. So the power, I don't think that's what matters. I think that I do think, however, that when Fury drops his weight on him and starts working to the body, that's the issue. Now, I get what Steve's saying when you're like at a distance with a big guy, because I'm not even a massive heavyweight. I'm 6'4", 240, but the new ones are like huge. I mean, they're like 270, 6'7". There's a lot of them. And he has a good ability compared to a lot of the other big guys I've been in the ring with, where he knows how to drop that weight and really make you carry it. And that, I guess we have to see if, because I agree, Usyk is attack. I mean, he can do it all. He's super skilled, but at some point he's going to have to stand there, I believe, and fight. And I do think that Fury will use the weight to lean on him and throw body shots. So I guess it just depends if he can get in early, kind of wear him down. But again, I mean, Usyk might move all night, and maybe you can't touch him as easily. You know what I mean? No one knows, and that's what makes this fight exciting.
So Joey, let me ask you. You've been in the ring, like I said, with Fury. Give me something that you see in Fury's game that Usyk can expose that Fury has a weakness, because we haven't seen a lot of it. I mean, even when he gets knocked down, the guy gets back up.
He gets back up. Correct, but and I don't want to. Everybody else is making me nervous about making my prediction early, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to do that. Something that he could expose.
I mean, did you see any weaknesses in Tyson when you were fighting him?
Well, pressure gets to him if you do it in the right way, and I obviously didn't because I lost, but I tried and I got tired. But the pressure that Usyk brings, like it's not a 1, 2, 3 punch. It's like he's on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving kind of like Lomachenko. But he's always on you, and that's gonna be an advantage to him if he can do that.
Okay, Carlos. So can speed win this fight?
Absolutely. That's what's going to win this fight. That's exactly what's going to win this fight. Usyk is a better boxer than Fury, in my opinion. I think he's a more disciplined boxer than Fury. I think he's more focused than what Fury is right now. In my humble opinion, I really believe he's going to shock a lot of people. And he's going to outbox the dog shit out of Fury.
Okay, Caleb. So I guess my question is I know this is a huge fight. We haven't had a fight like this in 25 years. At the end of the day, is this going to be a fight that is going to be remembered forever like the Lennox Lewis and the Holyfield, or is this going to be a boring technical fight?
I think in order for Usyk to win, it's going to have to be a boring fight. If Fury wins, I think it'll be more exciting, like maybe knockout late or something like that. But in order for Usyk to win, I think it's going to have to be just tactical and boring and outpointing him and using angles and using his speed. I don't think it's going to be no Fury Wilder trilogy. All three of those fights were crazy, and it's going to be tough to top those. But I'm excited to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go watch it for sure. And I'm excited to have a unified heavyweight champion, and I just don't seeing it being like a a Fury Wilder 3 or a Fury Wilder 1 or even like a Joshua Klitschko type fight. You know, I think in order for Usyk to win, he's going to have to just outpoint him and basically be boring. And I don't see it being super exciting or super knockdowns or anything like that.
So Cassius, once again, just in case anybody's tuning in late, you've been in the ring with both of these guys. You sparred both of them. Is there any chance that these two will stand there and trade in the ring? I mean, just like in a phone booth at all? Even though, I mean,
nah. I mean,
can Usyk stand up to it though, or no?
I mean, he's showing he has. I think Joshua's a bigger puncher than Fury is, but Usyk could fire with you. You know what I mean? I think that he's good at avoiding if you shoot into his face. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think that I don't know. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it just has to be a good fight, and I think it's going to be close to call. That's all I can say. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's hard to lean either way. I think it's going to be close to call, and the rematch will happen.
All right. So Steve, tell me now, what should Usyk's blueprint be to win this fight? Because we all know that Fury's going to try his little tactics and lean on him and try to bully him. So is he going to have to, like Caleb said, just dance around the ring and try to just outpoint him?
I think that should be the majority of the game plan, but I think the game plan really lies within the preparation of in the training camp. Like people always ask me what would I do different fighting if I got a second chance to fight Fury, and I told them because part of Fury's game plan is to lean on you and to get you tired. I mean, he does that to everyone. You know, that's his thing. You know, look at the Wilder fights. When Wilder's legs are so skinny and and spindly, you know what I mean? He's just taking all his energy out. So, and then he'll tap, hold, lean on you. He'll bop, lean back on you. Let the ref break. So it's a tactic. It's borderline illegal or dirty, whatever you want to call it, but it works for him. And what I would do different in the second fight, which I believe Usyk should have done if he didn't, I'd leg press, man. Like I'd get as high as I could doing presses, man. Just to hold the weight or try to hold the weight a bit. But Usyk is going to have to use angles, touch him up like he did Joshua, and but be prepared for that leaning shit, because it's coming. It's going to happen. Fury's going to have to pin him down in order to touch him.
Okay, and Wilkens, on that note, how does Fury win this fight?
I think it's like Steve said. I think he's gonna use his physique. Like he's gonna lean on him, push him, rough him up, like he did with Wilder. And we saw Usyk against Chisora. He looked a bit tired when a big guy put pressure on him. I think Fury's gonna play on that. He's gonna rough him up, and I think he's gonna break Usyk eventually. Like in the clinch, he's gonna like punch him behind the head, everything like that, and I think he's gonna break Usyk because Usyk is coming from the cruiserweight division, so he's smaller. So yeah, that's the way I see it. Maybe I'm really wrong, but we'll
but
see.
no, you can't just say because he came from the cruiserweight division, because then we can bring up Evander Holyfield. He did the same thing Usyk did, unified the type.
But Holyfield is a lot like. You think it's a lot physically weaker than Holyfield. That's what I will say, because like every fight I saw of Usyk, he looked like retired, and when he get hit to the body, he's always like complaining, and that's a low blow every time, every fight. So I don't think you have the heart of Holyfield, and I think he's gonna break against Fury. I think gonna like put a knee down, and it's gonna be over. I think Fury gonna stop him.
All right, so Ishe, I'm gonna ask you the opposite question then. So how does Usyk win the fight?
I just think he just needs to do what he's been doing. I mean, I mean, the heavyweight division was always, it was, back in the day, it was never no cruiserweight division. Joe Louis was technically a cruiserweight. Some of these heavyweights were, back in the day, were pretty small heavyweights. So I just think he just needs to go and do what, he needs to do. And as good as Joshua has looked these last couple fights, you got to remember what Usyk did to Joshua 2 times.
Facts.
So I would not count him out whatsoever. I mean, Fury's game plan is to kind of lay on you and tire you out and to kind of put all that pressure on your legs. But, Usyk is very agile and tricky and fighting out of that softball stance and how he bounces in and out and throws punches from all kind of different angles. And I don't know. And one thing about Fury that we all can probably agree on is that his chin is a little suspect. So I wouldn't count the guy out at all. I think there's not much difference between cruiserweight and heavyweight, man. We've had many champions in the cruiserweight over many years have gone up and put that weight on this. Some cruiserweights have preferred going from cruiserweight to heavyweight. They have preferred moving up to heavyweight, and they feel so much comfortable and have had better success fighting at heavyweight more so than cruiserweight. So I wouldn't put a lot. It's not like the guy's going up from lightweight to welterweight. He's just jumping up, and those are just big guys. Period. So I wouldn't count the guy out at all.
So Cassius, have you ever seen Usyk get dropped in sparring?
Nah. But I will say that I mean, I'm not familiar with Sugar Hill, but I will say that he probably had the best I've seen team. Like when you go to that camp, it's all about him, and he's very strategic. Like some days in sparring, they might just be working on a specific situational, a situation, So I don't think it's going to be much that he ain't seen before. You know what I'm saying? That he ain't prepared for. I just think that like some rounds are going to be close because Fury roughhouse tactics, and it's going to be a close fight. I just think like if Usyk wins, it's going to be by like a cut TKO or something, and I don't really see how Fury can just dominate the rounds and win on the decision.
Okay, well, listen, we're going to wrap this up. Anybody else got an opinion about anything, weaknesses, power, generalship, quickness, body shots, whatever, before we do our predictions? Anybody else want to say anything?
No, it's good finally seeing all these guys, man. Seeing Caleb. I talk to Caleb all the time on Twitter. And the first time I met Cunningham was at my man Najee Turpin's
funeral. Yeah.
That was the first time I met him, man. So it's kind of, boxers are just like, we're so, just driven by ourselves and our family. We don't need to kind of interact with people. We like, I have turtles at home and they're so just isolate themselves, man. They don't even want to be by each other. So I raise turtles, but it's cool seeing these guys, man, and kind of breaking out the shell and just saying what's up.
I gotta say one thing.
I'm social media friends with Caleb and Cunningham. So it's crazy.
Well, I gotta say one thing, man. I know I'm a little biased here, but I don't know another podcast that has this much talent at one time on their podcast. I'll tell you that.
True.
Yeah, so you better start tuning in, everybody out there, to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast for the random 20 questions, because I get them all on here and we get to learn a lot about them in 20 questions. So, Wilkens, give me your prediction, sir. Who's going to win this fight and how?
I think Fury going to stop him like in the 9th round.
Okay, that's your opinion. Joey Ice, give me your opinion on who's going to win.
I feel like Fury's gonna win by decision because he keeps his chin down. Usyk doesn't have like knockout power, the knockout kind of power that on the chin, that kind of, rather than what Fury got hit with, in the head, messing your whole brain up. He doesn't have that kind of power, so Fury by decision.
All right, Colton, give me your prediction.
One thing I want to say is that we keep talking about power, but I think any man over 200 pounds has power. So, like you're saying, cruiserweights hit like heavyweights. It's just that the difference is actually carrying their weight and that size. Having a big 6'9" guy in front of you, I think that's tight. Like, if I'm sure Steve dropped him with a beautiful right hand, but it's so hard to be when a guy outweighs you by so much, and he's the stature of him. And if he uses that, if he doesn't use it, you can make him look dumb, to be honest. But I do believe that the body punches and the leaning will come into play. And I think that you could say Usyk moves all night, but I do believe that Fury's feet and jab are good, and they'll close that distance and then eventually wear him down. And I think like a late stoppage, 10 or 11.
All right, Ishe, give me your prediction.
I'm going with Usyk majority decision.
All right, Caleb, give me your prediction.
I got Usyk by decision, man. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's fought the better fighters, and even though I think size will play a factor, I think he's just such a good boxer that he can negate that reach advantage and that weight and height advantage, and I got Usyk by decision, man.
All right, Cassius, give me your prediction.
First fight, I got a draw.
He said the first
Come on,
fight.
man.
Nice.
Come on, man.
I'm a conspiracy. This fight,
Nice.
I got a draw, man. I felt like Wilder Fury the first fight.
That's a good call, actually.
Yeah, but that's because Cassius
You better
to
put
keep
some money on that in Vegas.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. I'm really up, man. I feel like
let me tell you how smart Cassius is. You're a smart businessman, because the way you just called a draw, now they're both going to still call you in and pay you for sparring. If you would have picked one of them, you wouldn't be going to the other one's camp.
Right.
All right, Steve Cunningham, give me your prediction.
All right, I'm kind of glad I'm last because I got a complicated prediction. So it's a 3-part prediction, man. Because this is the heavyweight elite of elites. So I mean, you can't really say and be like, I know so and so. I don't believe so. So first, I believe Usyk's going to win by decision. Split decision. Fury is a very good boxer. Fury isn't one to just let rounds go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to do something to try to catch the rounds back. That's what leads into my second part of my prediction. It could be a disqualification win for Usyk, because Usyk, they're not going to let Fury do his normal tactics. Like I said, his normal tactics are lean on you, get you tired, then he beats you up. Fury doesn't have one punch power. Fury hasn't knocked nobody out in the first or second round at any time. You get what I'm saying? So Fury wears you down. He leans. So with Usyk's team, Usyk is managed by Aegis. He's got such a powerhouse behind him. I believe that they are going to be on top of all of these tactics. They'd be stupid not to, especially now with all the blueprint is out, on what Fury does. Everybody knows it. So if they don't account for that, then that's a stupid team. I believe so. So lastly, with all that being said, I got Usyk winning either by disqualification or points. With all that being said, Fury is a very resourceful champion. He will do whatever the fuck he needs to do to win the fight. I would not be surprised with my predictions on Usyk. I wouldn't be surprised if Fury turned another gear and did some shit to win the fight. I mean, that's me right there. I'm serious. So
Right.
Fury is a very resourceful dude.
And I left out a very important part of this fight, and some people might not think it's an important part, but being the ref in that ring between these two is very important. And Mark Nelson, Minnesota's favorite referee, best referee, Mark Nelson, Hall of Fame referee, got picked to do this fight. And I know Minnesota fans and Minnesota boxers, we are super excited that Mark Nelson. Mark Nelson finally got his heavyweight title fight, and it's going to be the biggest one in 25 years. So congratulations, Mark Nelson. Awesome. And I'm sure he's going to do a great job. And to finish it up, my prediction is Usyk by decision. So I guess fans, hopefully you guys have heard from all these guys. Make your own predictions. Tune in to ESPN on tomorrow night. Like I said, 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you guys take a nap because everybody's going to want to stay up and watch this. Nobody's going to want to be the guy at work on Monday asking questions because you're the one that missed it. All right. Anything else?
Special.
Anything else you guys want to say to the fans or anything else before we go? I appreciate every one of you guys taking time to come on my podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, I want to say,
Thanks
man,
for
shout
having
out to
us.
everybody. Shout out to every
Specials.
fighter who's here. I watched all you guys fight, man. You guys are impressive, man. I still train and still spar, and I still watch you guys. And thanks for the competitive edge that you put in, man. It's just dope, yo. Every last one
Yeah.
of you guys, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I watched
Likewise,
you
man. I
all guys
appreciate y'all
too.
too, man.
I
All right,
saw,
I don't spar. I don't do
everybody-
shit, man.
All right, everybody, hold on. Nobody drop off. I'm just going to turn off the live. So everybody stay
All right.
on. All right. And with that, the truth has spoken. Enjoy the fights, guys.